Welcome to the virtual book launch for Nane's Magic Waterfall by Dr. Augustina Osabote and illustrated by Aklima Monnaf. A few housekeeping rules. If you want to talk, you unmute yourself when you talk, and if you are not talking, you mute yourself. And also, let us engage in the chat. You can post about whatever you think of the whole program, about the book, anything you want to say about what is going on today. You can write it down in the chats, and let's make this a fun experience. So, without further talking or blabbing about, I would like to introduce Dr. Augustina Osabote. She is an inspiring children's author, an environmental engineer, and a passionate advocate for clean water and education. Dr. Augustina's journey as a storyteller began with her desire to teach children about the importance of protecting our natural resources and the value of teamwork. As the founder of Team Leadership and Entrepreneurial Development Foundation, she has dedicated much of her life to empowering young people in rural Ghana through STEAM, education and mentorship. And STEAM stands for Science, Tech, Engineering, and Maths. Through her writing, Dr. Augustina combines her expertise in environmental science with her deep connection to African culture, aiming to inspire the next generation of environmental stewards, critical thinkers, and global citizens. Her books, including Nane's Magic Waterfall, blend education with creativity, bringing to life stories that celebrate teamwork, environmental awareness, and the power of clean water. So, Doctor, your track record is long. You are, as I call you, a woman of many ventures. And I aspire to be like you someday. When I grow up, I want to be like you. You are doing a really good job with all these books, trying to help develop the Nzima language and try and maintaining it, preventing it from getting extinct. And I'm really grateful that we have a youth who cares about their culture enough to want to maintain the cultural heritage. And I would like you to tell us about what inspired you to write Nane's Magic Waterfall. What's the story behind it? Why the name Nane's Magic Waterfall?
Thank you so much, Marianne. First of all, I would like to thank you all for making time to join us for the launching of Nane's Magic Waterfall. I sincerely appreciate you all making time to join us for this launching. I want to thank Amy Grove of Group Works, who mentored me from the beginning of me expressing my interest in writing children's books. I also want to thank the illustrator for Nane's Magic Waterfall, Aklima Monnaf, whom I worked on this beautiful book with. We went back and forth a lot. I want to thank you all and to my family and to everyone who have supported me to this far. I want to thank my Auntie Jody, who also reviewed the book, the cover and everything at some point. I always had to send it to her to review it to know what she thinks of it. So, Aunt Jody, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who has supported me to this far. So, what was the inspiration behind it? As most of you know, I have a deep passion for nature, for the environment, and most communities in the rural areas in Ghana face challenges in accessing clean drinking water. As someone who has seen the significance of clean water in sustaining life, I wanted to create a story that could both entertain and educate young minds about its importance. Water is not just a basic necessity, it's the foundation of life. And I wanted to make children aware of how they can protect it and ensure it flows freely for all. So the core themes of this book, clean water, teamwork, and environmental awareness, are woven into the fabric of this story for a reason. When we look at the clean water aspect, the story's central conflict is around the Amanzule River. So those of you who do not know about the Amanzule River, it's a huge water body in the Nzoma land. So growing up in the Nzimaland and knowing about the Amanzule water body, which I'm a fan of, I decided to use it in this book. Parts of this water body has become polluted and affected the community. So by focusing on how Amma and her friends work to restore the clean water in their village, the book underscores the need to protect and conserve our water sources. When we look at teamwork also, Amma and her friends demonstrate the power of collaboration and unity when they face challenges. Through their collective efforts, they cleared the rock blocking the waterfall, which shows that great things can be achieved when people work together. When we look at the environmental awareness aspect too, the story emphasizes that taking care of our environment, whether it's keeping rivers clean or ensuring natural resources like water are preserved, is a responsibility we all share. It's a gentle reminder that even young children can make a positive impact on the world around them. But when we look at the book, which I'm going to show you later, it highlights an African village setting and its cultural significance. I used a village called Bakanta in the Nzimaland also. So the setting of Bakanta village is deeply rooted in the African cultural context, which I aimed to highlight through the story. The village is portrayed as a close-knit community where people depend on each other for support, much like many rural villages in Africa, where family and community bonds are strong. The village is also surrounded by nature, which plays a central role in their daily lives, reflecting the connection many African communities have with the land. And the cultural significance is reflected through the characters, interactions, traditional practices, and reverences for nature. So the title Nana's Magic Waterfall, and Nana here refers to Ama's grandmother. Ama is the main character in the book, and the full name of Nana here is Nana Alua, who is Ama's grandmother. The role of Nana Lua, Ama's grandmother, adds a layer of cultural richness, as grandmothers often hold a place of wisdom and respect in African families. Nana's knowledge of the magical waterfall and her ability to guide Amma and her friends reflects the oral storytelling tradition passed down through generations, which is an important part of the African culture. So by setting the story in an African village, I wanted to showcase the beauty of rural life and the importance of preserving traditions while also addressing modern challenges like access to clean water. It's a way to introduce children to African culture while also teaching universal lessons about teamwork, environmental stewardship, and the importance of clean water. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug, for telling us what inspired you to write this amazing book. And wow, taking care of our environment is definitely everyone's responsibility. And I like the parts where Nana represents like the elder in the village who tells stories orally to teach the kids, but then you have put it into books so that we won't lose it, because oral literature is sometimes lost in a translation because we don't have it recorded down. So this is a really great book that I think everybody will love. So moving on, which part of creating this book was challenging, or which part was rewarding when you were putting this masterpiece together? What were the very difficult things, and what was the drawbacks, and what was also something that brought you joy, or you felt, yes, this book has really brought me so much happiness as I'm putting it together?
I've been working with teenagers for a while now, since 2017, through my nonprofit organization. And one of my objectives has been to be able to find ways to be able to incorporate environmental management programs or environmental management protection and clean water programs into our project. But then, we are not even able to reach the numerous children in the world. Normally, we have our annual science, technology, mathematics programs where we host 200 students yearly. So even if we incorporate those programs, we are not able to reach the number of children I want to reach out to be able to instill into them the environmental protection or management skills. So for me, being able to put this in a book gives me joy, to be able to do this. Looking at the challenges that came with it, thinking of how to bring what I envisioned into reality, looking for an illustrator who will be able to put what I really want into a book for it to be accessible to children globally. That was the difficulty for me. Finding an illustrator who will be able to understand me or whom I will be able to work with on this project was a little bit tough for me. And then also, this is my first children's storybook. So being able to write it to the understanding of children was another factor. You working with children, talking to them is different from you writing, okay, writing something to their understanding. So that was like my main challenge, finding an illustrator and then also being able to communicate what I had in mind to be written into a book.
Oh, that's impressive. That's very impressive. So, without wasting much time, I would like Dr. Augustina to do a live reading of some exciting excerpts from the book. So, Dr. Augustina will be reading some excerpts from Nane's Magic Waterfalls. Please do well to pay attention. And before we do that, if you have anything you want to say about all the things she said so far, please put it in the chat and let's have an engaging conversation going. And like I said, pay attention to what she's reading because after that, we are going to have a trivia and there'll be questions asked about what she read. So, Doctor, over to you.
Dedicated to all curious minds and kind hearts of children everywhere. May you always believe in the magic of teamwork, the power of clean water, and your ability to make the world a better place. And to the family and friends who have supported me in my newfound dream, thank you for your support. With love, by Dr. Augustina Osabute. Written by Dr. Augustina Osabute, illustrated by Aklima Monnaf. In the small village of Bakanta lived Amma, a curious 7-year-old with big dreams. Every day, she fetched water from the old river Amanzule near her home. One sunny afternoon, Amma noticed the water in the Amanzule River was not as clear as before. She felt sad and wondered how the village could get clean water. Her grandmother, Nana Alua, told her about a hidden waterfall deep in the forest that flows into the Amanzule River in Bakanta village. It's magical and gives the cleanest water, Nana whispered. Determined to find the magical waterfall, Amma asked her friends, Kofi and Afiba, to join her. Together, they packed snacks and set off into the forest. Finally, they found it. The waterfall sparkled like diamonds under the sun. Amma filled her clay pots, and the water felt cool and pure. Amma and her friends brought water back to the village and told everyone about the magical waterfall. When we work together, we can do great things, she said. From that day forward, the village worked as a team to keep the river in Bakanta clean and protect the waterfall. Amma felt proud knowing she had made a difference. Thank you.
That was magical. That was really awesome. I can't wait to see more. I have purchased my copy. I'm waiting for it to arrive. You better get yours before we run out, okay? I can't wait to explore and read it to my toddler. All right, so the next thing on our program lineup is we have a trivia, and the trivia is on Nane's Magic Waterfall. So I'm going to ask the questions and you guys can put it in the comment section. If you want to say it too, you can unmute yourself and then say it. So I'll get right into it. Doctor, do you want me to give the possible answers when I read it out?
Yeah, just give them the possible
Okay,
answers.
my
So when
bad.
they
So
select, yeah,
my bad, my
so
bad.
that they
So
can select an answer.
my bad.
And
So
please, so you have to answer. If you answer, you are getting a book, a signed book. So
okay,
that will
so
be
the game.
mailed to you. Yeah. So
Okay,
if you get the answer, so
now we
please,
know what's on the line. So if you get all the answers right, you get a free book.
yeah.
So you guys, you don't want to miss out on this. So for question one, it says, "What is the name of the river in the village of Bakanta where Amma goes to fetch water?" Our possible answers are: A is Amanzule, A is Amanzule, B is Nile, B is Nile, C is Amazon, C is Amazon, and D is Ganges. So A, Amanzule, B, Nile, C, Amazon, and D, Ganges. So what's your answer for question one? What is the name of the river in the village of Bakanta where Amma goes to fetch water? A, Amanzule, B, Nile, C, Amazon, and D, Ganges. So, Sherry, would you like to give another answer? A. Solo says A. Okay. Who else? Sherry says A. Okay, so we have two A's. So the answer is A. So we have 2 points for Solo and Sherry. Doc, I hope you are taking notes.
Yes.
All right, for question two. Who tells Amma about the magical waterfall in the forest? A is her mother. B is Nana Elua, her grandmother. C is her teacher. D is her neighbor. So, who tells Amma about the magical waterfall in the forest? A, her mother. B, Nana Elua, her grandmother. And C, her teacher. D, her neighbor. Let's see. So Solo says B, which is Nana Elua, her grandmother, and Sherry also says B. Okay, okay. Anybody else before I reveal the answer? Okay, so we have Sherry and Solo, and the answer is drumroll, Nana Elua, her grandmother. So both of you are right. So we'll go to the question. The third question, it says, "What journey does Nana's Magic Waterfall take young readers on?" So the answer A is discovery, teamwork, environmental management, and the magic of clean water. B is discovery, teamwork, environmental management. C is dancing. D is playing. The question again is, what journey does Nane's Magic Waterfall take young readers on? A. Discovery, teamwork, environmental management, and magic of clean water. B. Discovery, teamwork, environmental management. C. Dancing. D. Playing. So let's look here and see the answers so far. So Sherry says A and Solo says A. All right. All right, all right. Anybody else? It looks like only Sherry and Solo won this book. You guys should comment in. If you don't want to comment and you want to say it, you can actually unmute yourself and then tell us what you think the answer is. But again, Solo and Sherry, you are right. The answer is discovery, teamwork, environmental management, and the magic of clean water. So both of you are correct. All right, so we'll go to the next question. Question 4 says, "What lesson did Amma and her friends learn by the end of the story?" What lesson did Amma and her friends learn by the end of the story? A. Working alone is better than working in a team. B. They should keep the waterfall a secret. C. When they work together, they can do great things. D. Water is not important for the village. So A. Working alone is better than working in a team. B. They should keep the waterfall a secret. C. When they work together, they can do great things. And D. Water is not important for the village. Okay, so Solo says C, and Sherry also says C. Okay, okay. Who else? Who else? There's Lois on the live. There's Mary on the live. There's Judy on the live. There's Adelaide. I would like to hear from all of you. There's Mary. John Paul, you are excluded, so I don't want to hear from you on this particular one. All right, so we have Solo and Sherry, and once again, you are right. The answer is when they work together, they can do great things. So, Solo and Sherry are both in the lead here. Okay. Question 5. What did Amma use to fill with the pure water from the magical waterfall? What did Amma use to fill with the pure water from the magical waterfall? A. A bucket. B. A clay pot. C. A bottle. D. A wooden barrel. Let me repeat it again. What did Amma use to fill the pure water from the magical waterfall? A. A bucket. B. A clay pot. C. A bottle. D. A wooden barrel. I'll give you guys some tips. So, since it's in a magical waterfall, everything will also be natural and it's in nature. So, if you think about a bucket, do we find it in nature? I don't know. Do we find a clay pot in nature? Um, I don't know, but a bottle could be plastic, but I don't think you can find a bottle in nature. So a wooden barrel, wood is nature. Barrel, I don't know. So what do you guys think? What do you think the answer will be? I've given you a hint. The answer should be something found in nature or something that is made out of nature. So okay, let's see the answer. So for question 5, Solo says B. Who else? Who else? Oh, and Sherry also says C. So we have B and we have C. Oh, Sherry says D. My bad. So Solo says B and Sherry says D. So since Solo and Sherry are the only ones participating, I'm just going to go ahead and give the answer. The answer for question 5: what did Amma use to fill with the pure water from the magical waterfall is a clay pot. A clay pot. So this time, Solo has the answer, and Sherry, you were close. Wooden barrel is wood is from nature, but barrel is like not from. It's not really. from nature. I don't know. The barrel part of it makes it not right, but clay is from nature and it's also handmade. Okay. So I'll go to the next question. What did Ahmed's grandmother say about the waterfall? A. It is dangerous. B. It is magical and gives the cleanest water. C. It is a place to avoid. D. It only flows during the night. So I'm going to read the question again. What did Ahmed's grandmother say about the waterfall? A. It is dangerous. B. It is magical and gives the cleanest water. C. It is a place to avoid. And D. It only flows during the night. So let me look at my answers. Solo says B, and Sherry says wait. Sorry, my bad. Solo says B, yes, and Sherry says B as well. So the answer for question 6 is it is magical and gives the cleanest water. So B it is for both of you. So both Solo and Sherry are right for this answer. All right, so to the next question. Why was Amma sad when she saw the water in Amanzule River? Why was Amma sad when she saw the water in Amanzule River? A. The water was too cold. B. The water was not as clear as before. C. The river was empty. And D. There were too many fish. Why was Amma sad when she saw the water in Amanzule River? A. The water was too cold. B. The water was not as clear as before. C. The river was empty. And D. There were too many fish. So, what is the answer? Okay, so Sherry says B and Solo says B. Okay, so since you are two contenders, the answer is B. The water was not as clear as before. Well done, guys. Well done. Thank you guys for participating. Doctor, can you tell us who is winning the book for the trivia? Who is winning?
Actually, they both got the answers. Like
Okay, okay.
they both got all the
All right, so
answers. So
Sherry and Solo, you both have won a book, a free book,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
get to be amongst the many people who will be enjoying this amazing book, Nane's Magic Waterfall by Dr. Augustina Osabute.
yeah.
So this was a great activity. I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. Put in the chat if you enjoyed this section of our program lineup. All right, so for the next thing on the docket, um, we are going to invite Dr. Augustina Osabote to highlight the key steps she used when she was writing the book. The process she used, her brainstorming, the writing, the revision, the publishing, what went into writing Nane's Magic Waterfall.
The first thing was knowing my objective, why I wanted to write this book, and then also my audience. The second thing was to write it down, have my layout. So I decided, okay, how many pages do I want? The audience is from ages 0 to 12. What is their attention span? Kids do not have longer attention span. So I need to consider that. So that was why I decided I don't want to do too many pages. So that was one thing I considered. And so I did my layout, wrote the story, reviewed it over and over, sent it out for people to look at it. And then after that, I just came up with some illustrations myself. I know I'm not good at illustrating, and at this point, I need an illustrator to do it for me. It took me some time to really decide on who to select, for the illustration. Initially, I was like, okay, I'm looking for an African. I went online, Fiverr, looked for an illustrator. I'm like, I'm looking for an African. The person will understand. But then looking, I went on Fiverr, looked through what people have done, all the illustrators, looked through their work. Then I finally decided on one person. And the person I got wasn't an African. That is the like the funniest part of it. Aklima Monnaf, she is from Pakistan. So I'm like, okay, I like her work, but she's from Pakistan, and I don't know if she's going to understand the African setting. But let's give it a try. So I sent her my manuscript. I introduced myself, sent her my manuscript. I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I came up with. Canva. This is how I want it to look like. I want an African setting. She did the first one, sent it to me. I'm like, no, I don't like it. So we went back and forth. I'm thankful for the way we worked together on this book. And finally, we got to what I really wanted. Aklima, good job done. Thank you so much for the back and forth. And I'm really happy we got to work together, like from two different cultures. We've been able to work together to come up with this book. And something I haven't mentioned. So before even coming up with all this book, trying to work on children's book, I know I wanted to pass my message to children, but then what really got me to even start working on children's book was my son. So the moment I had my son, I was like, I'm a Ghanaian African and I live in the United States. I need my son to be able to know my culture. My son inspired me to start writing children's book. Look, I started with my native language, trying to introduce my son to my native language. And then I'm like, okay, if I've started writing my native language, I guess I should just start with what I've always wanted to do. Start with the environmental protection and management books. I should start with that. So for the book, that was the thought process. So once we were able to get to the illustration, put everything together, we had to get a printing press. So the I had to do a lot of research, you know. I was always on YouTube, Google, trying to find which one to use and using the tools out there, Canva, and all those tools that needed to be used. And I was also guided by my mentor, Amy Grove. She has been guiding me since I started working on children's books. So it's my mentors, the illustrator, and then the research that went through it that made this book possible. So
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for telling us about all the process that went into bringing out this magical masterpiece. So, since we are far behind time, I would like us to go on really quick with the program. So,
okay,
um, I would like to welcome Dr. Augustina again to answer some questions on behalf of the illustrator. And
okay,
our illustrator is Aklima Monnaf. So,
okay. Yeah,
Doc, tell us something brief.
yeah. So yeah, there are some questions that I sent to Aklima to answer as
Okay.
the illustrator of this book. So I'm just going to read them out to you.
Okay.
That is her experience writing this book. So the first question is, how did you get involved with this project? That is, as I have mentioned, I found her on Fiverr. So I asked her to work on this book. And the second is, what excited you most about illustrating Nanette's Magic Waterfall? Her answer, what excited me most about illustrating the book was the chance to create art for a story that mixes magic with a rich culture. I loved the idea of illustrating a magical waterfall and a village in Ghana. Second question, what was your experience learning about the village setting and Ghanaian culture while creating the illustrations? While working on the illustrations, I learned about the village and the Ghanaian culture. I wanted to make sure the pictures showed the beauty and traditions of the place. Next question, how did you incorporate the magic of the waterfall and the lush landscape into your artwork? Answer, to show the magic of the waterfall and the green landscape, I use bright colors and beautiful details that captures the wonder of the story and the natural beauty of Ghana. What challenges did you face bringing the characters, especially Amma, to life in a way that would resonate with children globally? The challenge I faced was making the character of Amma feel real and relatable to children everywhere. I wanted her to connect with kids from different backgrounds while keeping her true to the story. How did you ensure the illustrations were vibrant and engaging for the target audience? I ensured the pictures were bright, fun, and lively to keep kids, especially 0 to 12, interested and engaged in the story. The collaborative process with you as an illustrator and how feedback shaped the final artwork. So, this is her answer. Working with the author was a great experience. Her feedback helped me make the illustrations even better and made sure they fit the story perfectly. We communicated a lot and I appreciate her advice. What memorable moments or key illustrations were significant during the process? One memorable moment for me was drawing the magical waterfall scenes. It was tricky to make the waterfall look magical, but with the author's help, we got it just right. So the next one is about personal growth and impact. How did illustrating the book, how has illustrating the book impacted you personally and professionally? Working on this book has helped me grow as an artist. It gave me the chance to learn more about Ghanaian culture and storytelling, which made me a better illustrator. What do you hope children and parents take away from the illustrations? I hope the illustrations inspire children and parents to appreciate the magic in the story and the importance of clean water and teamwork. So this is Aklima's closing thoughts. I'm so grateful to be part of Nane's Magic Waterfall. It was a wonderful project, and I'm happy to help tell such an important story. I encourage readers to enjoy the magic in the story and let it inspire them. The story's message about clean water and working together is really important, and I hope it touches everyone who reads it. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this on behalf of Aklima Monnaf, and thank you for bringing the visual of the story to life, Aklima Monnaf. This is a very diverse, someone from Africa, someone from Pakistan. There's beauty in diversity. So I
Yeah.
love this about the book. The history of this book is just amazing. Having people from different parts of the world coming together to create this magic. That is great. That is so awesome. All right, so I would like to open the floor at this juncture for a few questions. If anybody has a question about the book or what we've done so far on here, please do so. Since we are far behind time, I'll give like a 2 minutes wait, like a 2 minutes period for us to bring in our questions or have if you have a statement or anything to say about what we've done so far, please you can unmute yourself and say it or you can put it in the chat. So just 2 minutes. I would like to entreat all of you to please purchase your copy of the book on Amazon. There's the first 30 people to buy it on Safari. Please, can you put the link in the chat so people
Yes.
click on it directly and make a purchase? We'd like to entreat all of you to please purchase the book. You can buy it as a Christmas gift. Christmas is already past. You can add it to the Easter basket for your children. You can buy it for friends. You can buy it and donate to kids who want to read books but can't afford it. So there's so many ways you can help um, with helping with doctor's book or helping get the book out there. So please, first 30 people who buy it on Safari treasures.com, my bad, Safari treasures.com, you get free shipping. And I have made my purchase. I've bought two. So you go ahead and make your purchases. Also, she's working on completing all the series for the final launch in May of 2025. So look out for that as well. And she does a lot of philanthropic work, and part of the proceeds will go to Team Lead Foundation Project, which is the foundation she has that helps children in science, tech, engineering, and math. So please purchase the book and let's support Dr. Augustina in her journey. I would like to ask for any remarks. Does anyone have anything to say before we end this lunch? Doctor, do you have anything to say?
So before we end this lunch, I want to thank you all for joining me to launch this book, Honest Magic Waterfall. I sincerely appreciate. I apologize for the technical issues, and we are sorry we couldn't stream on Facebook and YouTube as planned. We've been working on this for a long time, but for some reason, it still didn't work. It still didn't work out. So I really don't know why it didn't work out, but I guess we just have to let it go. So thank you all for joining, and please kindly share the book with friends and family. Kindly purchase on safari-treasures.com. Kindly purchase on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you will get free shipping on Amazon Prime. And please do write some reviews for me on Amazon. If you can go on Amazon.com, just type Nane's Magic Waterfall on Amazon.com or wherever you are. If you have access to Amazon, just write some reviews for me on there about the book. At least I've read it to you. I've read some part to you. You've seen the book. You've heard how the book came to life. So please try and then write some reviews about the book on Amazon for me. I would sincerely appreciate that. Um, but I want to thank you for your support. I really appreciate all the support, and please do not let the support end here. Continue to support me. This is a series, and this is the first book from the series. The title of the series is Little Guardians. So basically, it's Little Guardians of the Environment, but we decided to make it Little Guardians. So basically, instilling into children environmental protection skills. So please and please help, let's make this come to life. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Augustina. Thank you, Aklima Monnaf. And thank you all for joining us for today's book lunch. Without you, we couldn't have made this possible. And as Doctor said, please, when you buy it, go and leave reviews so others can get to know about the book and purchase. Leave reviews on Amazon or Goodreads and share our events on your social media platforms. You can follow us on the hashtag Nanes Magic Waterfall and there's more to come from where this came from. And I would like to appreciate your support, and I hope that Nana's Magic Waterfall brings joy and insight to readers of all ages. Have a wonderful day, and we appreciate you guys so, so much. All right, Doc, over to you. If there's anything else, or if there's nothing else, we can end the lunch. And Nana's Magic Waterfall is duly launched.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.